Hello guys, it's David here. Welcome to my daily updates where I go over where I'm currently at, what I'm doing, and what are the next steps to get to the next level. So, how these daily updates usually go is that first of all, I go through your questions or any help that you need with make scenarios. Then I look at my YouTube stats, both for the daily updates and my normal channel, see how it's developing, if it's growing. And then lastly, I usually do some strategy or life work or just freestyle yapping about whatever I'm doing or whatever I'm planning, right? So, firstly, let's go to my YouTube studio and let's see if I have any new questions. And as I can see, there are no new questions as of now. So, instead, what I will do is I will open my sheet with the daily statistics and I will update the daily stats. So when we look at the daily updates channel, I can see that as of now, there is 5 subscribers, which is very nice because as you can see, we were stuck on 4 subscribers for 6 days, which was, a bit demotivating, but right now we got another subscriber, another one of you. Thank you for watching. So that's 25% growth, which obviously is still just one subscriber, but it's nice that it's moving in some direction. And then when I open my main channel, let's see how is that performing. And wow, actually the Facebook Graph API video is performing very well lately. And we have 210 subscribers, which is awesome, which is growth of 3 subscribers in one day, which should correspond to like 1.5% in growth. And I think that's the biggest growth in one day that we had, at least since I started tracking all of this. As you can see, all of these days, this doesn't count because if you look, there's like almost 2 months in between those two dates, right? Between those two numbers. So ever since I started tracking this, we had 1 subscriber, -1, 0, 1, 2, 0, and today we have growth of 3 subscribers, which again, this is awesome. And I want to push this more in the future and see really where I can push it, how I can improve that. So yeah, that's the daily update. And then the last thing that I want to go over is just strategy and life work, freestyle yapping, whatever. And today I actually don't have that much to talk about because it's a short day. It's a national holiday. It's the end of the World War II in Europe or Western Europe today. So it's not a work day and I have some personal matters to attend to. But I'm still doing some client work today, which, unfortunately I can't talk about in detail. And I'm not working on my personal scenarios for today, right? So instead, what I want to do is tell you a bit about what I'm planning when it comes to kind of scaling my agency and getting more clients in the future. So, and let me just check. So actually, I didn't turn on my light, but I feel like the natural light today is very nice and it's not as much of a difference when I try to toggle it on and off. So I'll just keep it without the lights for today. And what I want to go over is my kind of outreach plan, right? So, outreach plan. So obviously there is, I'm not sure if I can add this. Okay. So when it comes to your agency, in general, agencies are very sales-driven businesses. So you have, for instance, startups, which are very product-driven and you're trying to improve the product as much as possible. It's very people-driven. You need to grow your team, etc. Agencies are very driven by sales. So you constantly need to get more clients and kind of have the funnel going. And so what I'm doing, right, is first of all, there's content. And the content that I'm creating on YouTube, it serves, of course, also as a funnel to my agency. And, you know, I get, even with the very little amount of subscribers that I have, I get calls booked for my agency from my content. That's the first thing. And second thing, it kind of works as a social proof, right? So by recording the YouTube videos, I show people what I'm capable of. I position myself as an authority in the kind of area of automations. And then even the people who don't reach me or don't find me through YouTube videos, even them, they're more likely to become a client once they see the videos, because there's some social proof and there's some demonstration of capabilities. So that's one thing that I want to really push forward, because I feel like the content and just personal brand, I guess, is one of the biggest point of leverage for our generation. As some of you may know, I have a traditional kind of educational agency, and not education agency in terms of info products, but actual agency that sends students from my country to study abroad. And when I started it, I was 17, I believe, and I didn't have any resources in terms of money. But what I did have was phone and a TikTok, and that's how I kind of started getting first clients. And then when it kind of started working, obviously, I started focusing on other channels such as paid ads, which scale more easily, and SEO and stuff like that. But content is very good point of leverage. So obviously, that's one thing that I want to focus on. Second thing that I want to focus on is cold email, where basically what I'm trying to do is to send out cold emails to people, but bring them a lot of value, right? So what I'm working on, and I showed you in one of the previous videos, and I think it's not in this account. Let me just find the other account. What I was building in one of the other videos, and I really hope that it's this account. If it's not, then okay. Then I guess it needs to be in this account. So basically what I'm trying to show you is that I'm building a very good kind of lead magnet, right? But the working name is a lead magnet, but I don't think that calling it lead magnet is what it actually is, because usually a lead magnet, you're using it when running some kind of cold traffic or people who don't know you that much, or when you're trying to basically trade the lead magnet, the thing that you're kind of putting out, and you're trying to get out the contact of the person. But that's actually not how I'm trying to use this, right? So basically how I'm trying to use this is that I will send cold emails, and then this will be part of the cold email, which will again provide value to the leads, and it will kind of show social proof that I actually know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm building this, and kind of how this is going to work is that I will send cold email with the copy and attach the lead magnet. I have no clue, honestly, how well it's going to work. I guess we will need to see. But what you need for cold email, obviously, is some email platform, right? You need to have the accounts ready. So what I'm doing is I had these accounts for a long time, and then actually at some point they just I wasn't using it for a long time, and the service that I was having the accounts through, I just didn't pay for it for like 2 months, so they canceled it, and I needed to recreate all the email addresses and kind of warm them up again. But yeah, they're in the process of warming up. I think they're, I started the warm up 17 days ago. I think that's going pretty well. And in like a week, 2 weeks, they should be ready to send out the cold outreach. So obviously what I also need to do now is finish the lead magnet and sell the cold email copy. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm working on. If you have any questions, if you need any help with any make scenarios, let me know down in the comments. And that's it for today.